We all know by now that I love a good extraction shooter, from Hunt Showdown to more recently Delta Force. Of course, playing through all of DMZ mode over in Warzone, but which extraction games are the best? And if an extraction game is more expensive to buy, well, does that make it a better game? In order to find out, I played several extraction games, some you may know, some probably not, ranging from $0 all the way to $250. Which one's the best? Let's take a look. First up, we dive into Vigor. This is a free-to-play extraction shooter that was originally a console exclusive, and over all of these different games that I've even streamed, this is one consistently people have asked, Stone, have you ever played this? Have you ever played it? So I thought this would be the perfect free one to finally check out, especially because since September of 2024, it became available on Steam. Looking at some of the reviews for the game, it was a very mixed reception. And even from what I had heard on console, this wasn't necessarily the best game ever, but nonetheless, an extraction you could play for free on console, of which there's not that many options there yet. And a recurring theme on these reviews seemed to be that this game has an abundance of cheaters, which I'm also not super surprised by, especially for a free-to-play game. But other than that, it actually seems like the game functions well, with some reviews praising the gameplay mechanics, the atmosphere. And while I went in a little apprehensive, especially playing on mouse and keyboard upon loading into the game, it instantly threw me into a nice tutorial. Good morning! Wakey wakey! Oh damn, something happened here. Now the only real thing I know about this game is that it's a console extraction shooter. Whenever I mention anything about it, this is the game that's referenced. But you could definitely tell this was designed for console first, for controller. It shows. One cool thing I noticed right off the bat, though, is how well this game has aged graphically. It looked phenomenal. Unfortunately, I cannot say the same for the way this game handles ADS.
And some bad news.
It's not like full ADS, though. It's just like hip fire. The tutorial ended once we found our base, which came with its very own shooting range, so you could test out all the firearms, equipment in the game. And I like this a lot more than just having a menu, while still being able to access one if you need it. Yeah, it's really nice you could switch to first person, although... yeah, the recoil is... it's a little weird looking. Oh, that is super weird. After this, I dropped into a game where I quickly looted up from a nearby house, figured I'd go to the closest thing off spawn, and of course encountered a player right away. Okay, then the lights turned off, so there's got to be another plug here somewhere. Oh, I hear someone. Oh my god, he's coming. Got him. I accidentally jumped. That's how I stand up in Warzone. And if you're wondering what that ringing sound is in the background, this game actually has an interesting feature where you can challenge another player in the game to a duel via this phone. If another player picks up to the ringing as somebody's calling on the phone from somewhere else on a map, at another house, I presume, then you can accept a duel, which, since this is my first game, I didn't really want to, get that crazy yet. And I felt like I was getting some loot. Got some weapons, some scraps that looked like it was going to be used for upgrading my base or something. So I called it there. It just made it to the extraction. Let's call it a win. That's a good extract. Okay, I think we're good. So we dove back in. And in the next game, I was actually able to track down an airdrop. A lot of the tutorial was kind of focused on, like, this is the primo thing to get.
When looting the airdrop, always be cautious. Other outlanders may be watching.
With some smart positioning and an exit to my back, we did it! I escaped from the game with the package and took a look at what I collected. Build. By now, you've gathered enough resources to build a crafting table. The more improvements you build, the better your shelter will look. To keep track of what resources you need, select the improvements and press T. Oh, so you can track what you need in order to upgrade it. This also gave me my first shelter upgrade, which in some ways I like a lot, but a mechanic that looked like it at least could be very annoying, especially as you continue to play the game. It seems like I could tell where this is going, was actually building up this shelter, as this is a time-based building thing. In other words, you begin the construction of a site, and then you have to wait real time for that to progress, or, of course, spend some money. Build. Wait, oh, so I can build it, or I can build it instantly with crowns. Wait a second. Is this pay to win? The beginning of the game, though? Not bad. We continue on the progress into the next one. This time, finding a key for the first time. So this is actually kind of cool, the way the extraction works for resources. Oh, and for upgrades. Cache key. Check your map. You can find a buried cache. I don't see it anywhere. Oh, there it is. Buried cache. That's cool, too. And I worked my way following the treasure map all the way to the loot. But unfortunately, this guy either knew where it was or was hunting for it, too. Okay, it's got to be here somewhere. Oh, here it is. Look at this. Okay. And we're gonna die. Oh my gosh. Oh, is he in the container? He's in the container. Oh my goodness! Bro, what? But it actually was other players that I was going up against. The simple bag mechanics, not having you worry too much about ammo, but having plenty of capacity to take out items and use them to upgrade your base, do some crafting, and that core pressure of an extraction shooter where you need to go in, get some loot, find an exfil, and being able to exfil early was well complete here. And of course, being a free game, they're going to have to make money somehow. So if microtransaction building mechanic, I don't know if that's the best way to do it per se, but if it's working for them and they can continue it going, then full power to them. I would imagine, though, this is one of the reasons a lot of people enjoyed playing DMZ so much, at least on console, having much bigger maps, these being a little bit smaller. Honestly, this felt closer to Hunt Showdown in a lot of ways, while still very much being its own thing. But the atmosphere and the actual, graphics is very impressive. I think there's a lot of better options on PC, but if you're a controller main, this might be a good option for you. Next up, we have the game known as Incursion Red River. This game's alpha released in April of 2024, and it's currently $16.99 on Steam. Still in early access, but it's garnered mostly positive reviews there, with some saying that the game needs more development time, while others thinking that despite there being some room for improvement, the game still functions perfectly fine. The big selling point for this one, though, it is either a single player or cooperative experience, meaning that there's no risk of bumping into other hackers, cheaters, even just other players at all, reducing some of the stress from the experience. First things first, though, I really like the creative way that you can check the map in-game, on top of just the design and look of the environment. 4 is the map? Oh, you guys are the best, man. Oh, this is actually a sick way to do it. You actually have to pull a map out. Does it show me where I am? Install bugs. We need to go to the containers here. Install bug here, 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 here. This is an exit point. Middle mouse button to ping. Okay. Right click, remove ping. Recenter. Oh, here we are. Boom. Tab to recenter map. Okay, so we have to get pretty damn far. Move out to the right. All right, good comms, guys. Good comms. Despite trying to be stealthy, though, it wasn't long before I alerted the enemies to my presence.
Enemy positions identified.
What? How did you identify me? How do you know I'm an enemy?
Hostile presence confirmed. Engaging.
Engaging? I see one way out there. He doesn't look like he's engaging me, though.
You're gonna fucking die here.
I looted his body and pressed on, dispatching some enemies as I progressed.
You fucker!
Enemy detected! Engaging!
They kind of yell before I shoot, or before they engage, so that kind of helps me. Take the gun, extra mag. Oh, I guess I'm just gonna take the painkillers. Just meant to put them in my bag.
Enemies in the area!
Uh-oh.
Heavy fire!
Got him.
Visual on enemy combatants. Marking position.
I definitely hit him.
Say your prayers, Merc.
There we go. Yep, one more shot on it there. Missed a couple. Red dot would be pretty nice. After looting those enemies, I took a new gun, but I wasn't huge on its design. I mean, it seems pretty powerful. I don't like all these iron sights on guns, though, but that's just because it's hard to see. I mean, the gunplay feels all right. It feels very much like Tarkov from what I remember. One issue that I kind of had was the enemies were almost too easily alerted to my presence.
Remember to take breaks in the shade.
It does sound like the talking is closer than it actually is. I like that I can crouch, sprint. How do they know it's me? I could be anybody crouch walking over here.
Area clear.
Yeah, we're clear. Yeah.
Get behind cover. Enemy spotted.
What? Where did he spot me from, man?
We're taking hits. Send backup right away. Enemy fire.
All right. Well, I did hit him. But I finished my objective, and of course, this is an extraction game. We had to find our escape. And there was no shortage of a combat on the way out. But I was successfully able to exfil. Okay, exit should be right here. Team extract. One thing that definitely stood out to me was how impressive the maps were, though. They were actually quite large and did not feel lifeless at all. Although maybe some of the life could have been a little bit more intelligent. Unfortunately, it got pretty dark, and I didn't bring any of the night vision goggles nor a flashlight, which then led to this, if you can even see this. Two AI up ahead here. This is getting crazy dark now. I don't have night vision either. I pushed N, but killed one.
Visual.
Oh my gosh.
Fire.
Oh my gosh. There was like 4 of them. Yeah, so maybe don't go that way, especially at nighttime. I think that was my bad choosing a night raid, though. That was, or close to sunset, you know? That was a dangerous time. So the next time I made sure to choose a day raid, and it didn't take long till we were back in the action, working on a new mission. Being able to actually see made much better difference for this mission, and I was able to complete the objective. I do feel like this game is a good suggestion to those who are new to the genre, as it's not too hardcore. It gives you a good amount of time to learn the basics. There's a lot of cool weapons, as you'll continue to see here, especially as we dive into the other map they have available, which is indoors, and had an extremely claustrophobic, dark vibe to it. This made the enemy encounters way more intense and terrifying. You guys see this, or is it too dark? See that guy moving there?
Enemy!
Oh my god! Holy jeez!
Fucking die here.
I swear at night these guys are 5 times more powerful. There was a clear change of vibe for this map, and I have to applaud it how well they created the atmosphere here, as well as making it distinct from the other map. But there also was no actual map that you could pull up on this one, so it was very easy to get lost. And this map was way bigger than I anticipated. I got so many weapons ammo, loot, even just like 5-10 minutes in, that I was ready to exfil and had no idea where to go. I spent the entire rest of this wandering around trying to find an exit, probably in this raid for 30 minutes, but we finally found it. And I did get a couple extra nice pieces of loot on the way out. But the mission that we were going on for that, as well as everything else that I saw, looked like there was just 2 basic mission types to do. And while the maps are definitely well designed, the looting mechanics are mostly all the way there. You could definitely tell it's not done, and there's more work to be done even on the mission side. I mean, on a lot of it. But I will say, a very enjoyable experience, and especially if you're looking for single player or even co-op, this has the beginnings of a very good game. I do think it's going to be a much bigger hurdle since you will have to, fork over some real dough for this, especially compared to our next contender. Moving on, we have Witchfire, another early access game that released in September of 2023, so a bit more time to cook as well. This one has a super cool dark fantasy theme that really sets it apart from any other extraction player that I've ever seen or played. Even the way the gameplay feels, which we'll get to, but this is also a single player only game, so lower pressure, although it's still deadly, as you'll see. But no other players to worry about, and of course, no hackers, which is great. It is a little bit more pricey. This costs $39.99 and does have an overwhelmingly positive review percentage on Steam. People love the unique setting and aesthetic, and maybe that's just too niche for a lot of other people to even try it as well. But there's a lot of people that are looking forward to seeing future updates on this and seeing what this game can bring. Even this guy's got 90 hours in the game. Best solo FPS experience that I've played. For an early access game, still worth the time. So I read this and I was like, immediately, let's go. Let's see what the heck this is. First things first, this game is broken up into 6 different classes to choose from. Butcher, Hunter, Slayer, Shadow, etc. It's essentially how your talent points are distributed amongst different skills and what weapons you start with. Actually, more similarly set up to Elden Ring, which I thought was super cool, and allowing you freedom to build your tree however you want to after you begin. And after reading all of these things, how good the aesthetic and vibe of the game was, let me tell you, it did not disappoint. Whoa. It's kind of got like the aesthetic vibes of a Hunt Showdown for me. Movement abilities and wounds cost stamina. Stamina replenishes over time by absorbing Witchfire from enemies. Running out of stamina makes you tired and exhausts you. Jump to be... Oh, whoa, you can double jump. Jump to become tired, then exhausted. Okay, now we're exhausted. Oh, it recovers very quickly. Fire, aim, reload, switch weapons. I don't have any. 3 is for a demonic weapon, which we don't have. When stamina's at max, the yellow color, you're in focus. While in focus, dash while looking at an enemy to expose their soul sigil. Whoa. Taking damage resets the bonus stamina and removes focus, but both can restore by killing an enemy. Oh, I see. So if I don't have any stamina, then the soul sigil won't pop up. Okay. I guess it gives me stamina back. So I guess it's kind of a fast-paced... While in focus, dash while looking at the enemy to expose their soul sigil. Shoot it before it disappears to stun. Oh, my bad. Oh, that's sick. Okay. I dash reveals the soul sigil, and that will stun it. Okay, that's sick. You can move like crazy in this game. V is for... Oh, whoa! V is melee. F is for light spell, if you have one. Hold F for a heavy spell. Guess I don't have that either. Spells consume stamina. Okay. When your health is depleted... Okay, that's the red bar in the bottom. You die. Heal yourself with healing elixirs. Elixirs are automatically refilled by the wishing table when you return from an expedition. Okay. So I started my first mission and was thrown straight into a pretty creepy looking map. Beautifully designed. The game's running flawlessly. And if you're big into WoW or Dark Souls even, then I think you'll surely be drawn to this game. Hunt Showdown fans too, as you spend a lot of time fighting monsters. In this case, more so witches, but they're freaky looking. Unfortunately, I didn't get too far into my first run before I was completely overpowered. Or half health. Low ammo. No! I ran out of ammo. We lost 8,000 Witchfire, so we lost everything then. If you die during the expedition, you lose almost everything except the bound items like the crystallized Witchfire. Yeah, see, our Arcana got reset too. Unlike most extraction games, when you die, you, of course, lose everything. But in this game, there's a way to redeploy back onto that same map, go to where you died, and reclaim all of your loot. But the only problem is that all the enemies are lurking around, and of course, I'm going to be less powerful without actually having all the things that I had from the last run. As you clear through the map and get kills, you'll actually get ability bonuses, kind of like a roguelite as well, that are only used for that specific raid, giving you more power, more loot, and of course, all the enemies were still lurking around where I died. After recovering my stuff, though, I left the map to go and get more of the upgrades with what I had collected. I also went to the forge to upgrade and get new weapons. You can get spells. And then I deployed back into the mission where I managed to find a missing piece to fix a broken statue. This led me to a new area inside of the tower. I continued to find more of these upgrades as I killed off packs, trying to gain more power, while also being too stubborn to extract back and just upgrade myself. But it was just oozing with creativity, and I wanted to continue to explore this. You also have to constantly be on your toes, though, as you never know what's going to pop around the corner. Yeah, it's not... Oh, hello. Oh, uh-oh. Oh, uh-oh, uh-oh! Heal! Uh-oh! I need my stamina back. Oh, I'm cooked. Holy... Okay, well, good news. We got, I guess, half of our research done for our light spell and for our sniper rifle. But I was not ready for that. I headed back, though, to reclaim all of my gear. Luckily, I was able to get it, but I also bumped into an old friend of ours. Okay, we got our stuff. Oh, no. Oh, no. We're just going to exfil. We're going to come back for that guy. Did I get all my stuff? All right, we got it. We got it. Let's exfil. We'll get an upgrade. We'll level up. But finally took the time to go back, get another upgrade, get my gear, apply some of the XP to gain some levels. And now that I was feeling stronger, you know, it's time to go take on one of the bosses. This is the boss. Holy fuck! I'm wanting. Holy shit, dude. I don't even know. Yeah, we gotta go regain. Absolutely wrecked. I almost had him. So we got our stuff back, but sadly, didn't amount to much. All right, we got our stuff back, and we have a potion this time. And he's moved. Frenzied hordes assault the obelisk. Your protection may yield dark rewards. Oh boy, yeah, we got incoming. If I ADS on them and they get that skull over them, it ricochets the bullets between them. Oh, jeez. Gotta utilize melee more. And my fire. Oh my. Yeah! I died. Come on, man! Yeah, this game is surprisingly hard, and it's very movement-based. You have to keep your stamina up to land a shot in order to hit the stun, while also dodging everything that's coming at you. I had also found something that allowed me to go to other new maps to explore. And while I ended my session here, this is definitely one that I want to go back to, and I'm very interested to see where they continue to take this. Hopefully it continues to get developed through early access. This one I even streamed, and I will say the interest from people on it was very high. This seems cool. If you've got the money, you like single-player games, this is a good one to check out. Finally, the big one, ladies and gentlemen. You knew it. We got to talk about Escape from Tarkov. This is considered to be the first ever extraction shooter, and it sits at a hefty price tag of $250. Now, you can play the cheaper version of the game for $50, the base version, but in April of 2024, they released what is known as the Unheard of Edition. This was their official release of Tarkov as purely a PvE mode. That means you wouldn't have to worry about the wipes, which completely reset your account with all of the other players. And of course, you wouldn't have to worry about any hackers. You could just play through the insane amount of content that is now on this game from 8-9 years of development that's gone into the early access of it and play. Or, of course, still play the PvE mode against other players, too. One thing I'll say about this game is that there is a definite skill gap and a massive knowledge gap. And if you aren't ready to play like a pro, then you're probably going to suffer. Damn it, he killed me. No! This is an ultra-realistic game. However, they have massive maps. They're always making updates to it too, so you got to keep studying it. And they are very interesting. The building design, the layouts, the graphics, everything is just, you know, they've done a good job with this game. And there's so much potential for outmaneuvering and outplaying somebody. Now, I played this game with some friends, which meant that we had a slight advantage due to us being in a group. Of course, you need to be careful of the friendly fire, but they do say quality, not quantity. And there was definitely some skilled players in this game who were able to deal with us.
If you're at 0, you can't go any lower.
Okay, he is still there. He's just waiting.
Did you just
He's
die?
just waiting. Yeah, I died. I went out.
Oh, Haculite.
I'm over it, dude. I
At least
want to
let
play the
me
game.
die, man.
Nah, I'm over it. I want to play the game. Yeah, it's such a weird push because you have to crouch. You have to crouch out that window while leaning.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Welcome to Tarkov.
All right, well, that one
Here we
just wasn't
go.
meant to be, boys.
Thankfully, after a while, we were able to grab some good gear, successfully extract it all. If you play this game, you really need to make sure that you learn these maps pretty quickly. Even just knowing where to extract, you're going to need to pull up another monitor. Ideally, you're going to want to have somebody run you through and teach you, or play offline where there's no enemies, which is an option to even play on, and really study and play through the game without actually even fighting regular enemies before going up against even AI. We also got very lucky here as the players we came up against seemed to be less skilled at this game than us, which is much better than those that we had met before.
It's a very geared player. I'm about to take him on. Here we go. Got him.
Nice shot.
Ooh, he has a teammate.
Teammate, in the woods. I see him. Got him.
Nice.
Yes.
Sick shot.
God, these guys suck.
Dude.
There's another. There's another.
Don't shoot me.
Okay. Where?
I mean, I could use kills too.
Oh shit, he's baiting. I think he naded.
Oh, that almost hit me.
We sure this is Scav?
Yes.
You got him.
I mean, it was a player.
He's probably
It
player.
was very good.
Yeah, my kill was a stacked player. He had at least like 5 mil.
This is freaking me out, man.
I mean, the best case is, you know, your friends spot the other players before they spot you. Of course, set up an ambush.
No, to the
Oh yeah, two guys.
big rock.
Sit still. He has to come down this way. Unless he goes up and over.
Oh, I see him. He's on top of the rock. On the left,
I think
2 of
there's-
them. They're on top of the rock. Right ahead of me.
If you got a shot, you take it.
Killed one.
No, he's live. Both that, both
Okay.
I love that.
Nice.
Nice. Good ambush.
This game is super immersive, and it brings out an extra layer of intensity that I still have been yet to feel from any other extraction game. Although I've gotten close, I say maybe 80% of the way there on some of the other ones I play. With the realism and the punishment in this game being as high as it is, there is a reason so many people constantly go back to this game and do pay the price for it, as expensive as it is.
It sounds like there's one
Yeah,
coming.
he's coming.
So aim here in the middle of the door, headshot height. As soon as that door, you just... Sometimes they glitch through it too.
Just like that.
Then we close the door, we do it again. I'm gonna take this gun because I don't have anything close range.
Yep. I love how he just warped through the door.
Yep.
Classic
So when you
Tarkov,
get it right,
man.
you can just get
Classic.
it before they even open it too. Like that.
One more coming? Yeah, this is what we did last wipe.
Closing the door.
It's also great, though, when you stumble across a nice landmark, you can get some loot that nobody else has reached yet. But in terms of the realism, which is a big aspect for what an extraction shooter is, because you're actually valuing your life as a player. Whereas if you're playing a regular respawn game, you just go in headstrong, doesn't matter, you'll die and respawn a second later. The feeling of this game with the immersion is crazy. One of the downsides, though, is that you will be needing to use guides a lot when you start. You're going to have to be careful of killing your teammates. You need to not be overcome by the fear of losing the gear that you've now successfully extracted or got on you while you're trying to make your way to exfil. And okay, spending a lot of time learning. But the weapons are just super fun. The way that you can build and customize them as well is just incredible. And they do their jobs well.
And it wasn't looted. You can shot from the right, man.
Yeah, 2 of them out to the right. Careful. Killed one
I don't know
of
if
them.
I was shooting at a scab or what.
It was
All
definitely
right,
a player
let's
shooting
go
at
home.
you. That's crazy.
Well-
I told you, let's not do that, you know? Don't peek it. Don't peek it.
I killed one of them, and when I tried to dive back into this more recently, I definitely did not give it nearly enough time that I really need to. And there's a lot of other really good creators out there on this game. I did a full season of this game back just before Warzone started to take over, and it's by far one of the most painful games that I've ever played, with some of the lowest lows, but also some of the best highs. And honestly, if it didn't completely wipe all of my progress as often as it does, and I know a lot of people like that, they like the full wipe and then progressing through again with everybody all at the same time. The beginning of the wipes is some of the most fun. It's not something that I necessarily want to continue to play and do, and I'm more keen on going back and just playing through the PvE experience, especially once this game is fully out of early access, full release, and I could do a full experience just playing the PvE. I think that would be really fun. Maybe I'll get into the PvP side of it as well, since I do think that would be the actual better content for something like a stream. But having already played through all of that content once, or at least the majority of it, since they do constantly add new maps, modes, even completely rechange the design of the map, this is one you will get completely lost with. And in terms of it being a very high price, there's a reason they do it, and so many people still buy it, and so many people play it. It is as popular as it is, even it being an only PC game. And it's because they have been doing it for so long. It's so robust. It does have a ton of bugs with it, especially off of the beginning of a wipe, but it seems to stabilize quite well. There's so much to loot. There's so many quests to do, different maps that you can do. You can even go into one map and then chain it onto the next map. And I feel like most people probably already know this game or have seen it. A lot of people ask me to return to this one quite regularly, especially when new wipes come around. But it is definitely the pinnacle of extraction shooters and the game these are always compared to, and will continue to be so. Every game essentially in the extraction category is comping this, but a lot of these new games that have been coming out are doing something different, and there's even more that are coming out ahead. Marathon's around the corner. Of course, I've been playing Delta Force. I've done some videos on those as well, and there's probably even more extraction shooters that I haven't touched on you may know about, so let me know if you want to see me go visit it. But those are 4 of the extraction shooters at varying price levels, and while they're not all even directly competing with each other, some being more PvP, some being more PvE focused, I thought these would all be some good ones to take a look at today. But question also to you, have you played any of them? What do you think of them? And if you've never even played an extraction shooter, do these even seem enticing? I feel like a big fear that people have is just they're too complicated in the first place and too slow. But that slowness and intensity is just so much fun. Let me know. Thanks so much for watching, though. That's for this one. StoneMatt64, over and out.